In the previous lecture, guys, I proposed to you a challenge and a practice activity. I hope you went to After Effects and at least tried to do it. If not, you can watch the tutorial and go back and try to achieve this animation. So let's start. First, you need to bring in your video, remember? So from the project panel over here, you right click and say import file. You know that already. Now you can navigate to where you have downloaded your videos. There are so many. You can choose the one I used for the challenge. And if you are in CC 2018, please make sure that create composition is unchecked. And then you click import. Here you are. So you have your video, you click on it, you drag to the timeline to create your composition, of course. So now you have your video, you can play it, see how nice and beautiful it is. Now you want to create the rectangle in the middle of the composition or the video. So remember, the first thing you do is to press F2 to deselect everything. Then you go to your shape tool, you long click if you don't have a rectangle, and you can pick rectangle from here. Then you can draw your rectangle as simple as this. If you don't like the colors, now you come to the fill here, color, you click on the fill and you change the color to whatever you like. Cool, let's do it something like this. You notice mine has transparency. If you want to have transparency, come to the fill word now, the fill options. You click on it and you say, okay, give me 100%, 50%, whatever you like, transparency. For example, this will be cool. Okay. Same for the stroke. You can set the color of the stroke, white, for example. In my case, you can put it any color you want. You just pick the color. I will keep it white. Then click OK. And you can make it as big as you want. If you click here, you can add, for example, I want it 10 thick like this. Okay, that's too thick, so I will undo. Then let's add our text. You click on the text tool, that's horizontal type tool. Okay, if you long click, then you can select it from here. And then you come inside your comp and click and write, for example, my first title animation. Now run for your selection tool. Select the text layer, click on it, just position it anywhere you want. Let's say over here. Now there is an align panel here. You notice it's open for me. If you can't see it over here, go to window and there is the first one is align. Check it and it will open just over here. Now you can align your text. Notice you can align it horizontally and you can align it vertically. So it's really in the middle of the composition. Okay, now you need to adjust the shape layer just like this. Okay, you click on it and drag. Let's add the second text. Click on the text tool to select it. Come over here and write After Effects. You go for your selection tool as usual, and then you click on your text and just put it anywhere you would like. If you don't like your text, you want to change the fonts and stories like this, I encourage you to do that. Don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be like mine. It can be like yours and it will be much more beautiful, I'm sure. So you come to the character panel. This is the character panel here. If you don't have it over here, then you go to window and make sure it's checked. So I will click on it. It's over here. You can select your text, okay, and decide to change the font. So you go around, you put the font that you want, play with it. Then, of course, if you select your text, you can make your text bigger or smaller the way you would like. So try to design it a bit. Don't play too much. Just the font size and the font itself, and you can make it bold if you like. Something like this, just play. So now you have done your design. Let's start animating. It's very easy. So we turn up this shape layer and we select all our layers. Select the first one, press Ctrl or Command on the Mac, select the second one and the third one. And let's say I want this animation to take 1 second. I'll click on the timeline indicator, go to 1 second. Actually, what I'm thinking is, after 1 second, I want this title to be over here. I will open position, press P to open position, and click on the stopwatch. Since all the layers are selected, all the keyframes will be created. These keyframes mean, remember, at this time, position these layers at these coordinates. Pretty easy. Now, to create an animation, of course, we have to move in time. Click on the time indicator, go to the beginning, and start moving your text. Well, you don't want to move all of them. You press F2 to select all. Start by moving the rectangle. So you select the shape layer, click on it over here, and move it around. If it's moving up and down with you, no problem. Just press Shift and go on this side here. It will go in a straight line. Now let's take my first title animation on top. So we click on it and you drag. You press Shift and here you are. You can put it above here. Okay, that's okay. After Effects now, you click on it, press Shift so it doesn't move left and right, and then you can take it down. Cool. Let's see exactly what you have created. I press F2 to deselect and you play. Pretty cool. Of course, the demo was much nicer than my animation, but nevertheless, I'm just demonstrating to you and I hope you do an excellent animation. Now, if you decide that all of these layers should not come at the same time, you know the trick. You select the shape layer first and let it come, after some time. Then my first title, the text, click and drag to drop it over here. And maybe After Effects, you can click and drag now in time to make it the same time or maybe more. Let's go to the beginning. Click on the timeline indicator, go to the beginning and play. Here you are. You did an excellent animation, guys. I did it even slow. I hope you will do it faster. So it's quite cool and quite interesting to start animating just now in After Effects. You don't have to wait for another learning of 3 hours to start animating. You can start animating, get the sense of motion graphics, how it operates, and in the next lectures, we will see more details about how to animate. Thank you and see you in the next lecture.